Hey everyone, Calvin here. In one of my earlier videos, I talked about why we're considering moving to Calgary and many advantages that the city can offer. Today, I'd like to talk about Edmonton as our second option, although the city definitely is colder than Calgary when it comes to weather. Recently, a friend of mine moved to there and everything there seems to be better than I expected. We're going to talk about the city from someone's perspective who is trying to find a safe and cheap place to live, work, and raise a family. So in today's video, we're going to cover job market, housing market, oil, gas price, and climate, etc. After so many years living in bloody expensive and crowded cities like Shanghai, Vancouver, and Toronto, now I tend to prefer smaller and cheaper places where there are more space and less people. If you are like me, then you should definitely continue to watch this video. To those who haven't subscribed to my channel focuses on personal and professional growth. If you're interested, you should definitely subscribe to my channel. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. Number one is location. I thought Edmonton is in the northern Alberta, but that's not true. Actually, the city locates in the southern half of the province, close to the midline. But it's still the northernmost city among the biggest cities in Canada. It is the capital city of Alberta and the second largest city of the province. Fifth largest municipality in Canada with a total population of 1.49 million as of 2021 this year. It is North America's northernmost area with a total population over 1 million. It's known as the gateway to the north, just like Winterfell in Game of Thrones. It's a staging point for large-scale oil sand projects occurring in the northern Alberta and large-scale diamond mining operation in the northwestern territories. It's home to North America's largest shopping mall, West Edmonton Mall, which was world's largest shopping mall from 1981 to 2004. It's also home to Fort Edmonton Park, which is the largest Canadian living history museum. In terms of climate, Edmonton has humid continental climate with cold dry winters and warm sunny summers. Spring and autumns are both short and variable. The warmest month of the year is July with temperature between 12 to 23 degrees Celsius. It rarely goes above 30 degrees. And coldest month of the year is January between -6 and -15. It actually sounds not that cold, especially compared with Saskatchewan and Winnipeg. The winters are cold and long but bearable. At summer solstice, it's received over 17 hours of daylight, with daylight until 11 p.m. And in the winter, there's not much daylight. It's dark on your way to work and it's dark on your way home. It can be a disadvantage to many people. In terms of population growth, Edmonton is one of the fastest growing cities in the country. From 2008 to this year, the city experienced over 2% population growth year over year, as you can see from this graph. The growth is expected to decrease over the next decade or so, but it won't be below zero. It's expected to reach 1.673 million by 2030. In comparison, Toronto population growth was between 1.78% to 0.94% in the past one decade. Vancouver experienced similar rate of population growth over the same period of time as Toronto. Calgary is actually similar to Edmonton. The reason population growth matters is that a shrinking city or a place is unlikely an ideal place to live and work, whereas a growing city can be. Now let's look at the economy and job market. Obviously, the city booms because of mining, especially oil and gas. More than half of the total budgets of major projects within Edmonton is about oil and gas, oil sands, and pipelines. As the oil capital of Canada, the city is hub for petrochemical industries. The city heavily relies on oil and gas. When gas price rises, it booms. When gas price drops, it declines. Because of the oil dependency, refineries are a major player in the job market. However, the city has much more to offer. University of Alberta is one of the top research universities in the country and is home to National Institute for Nanotechnology. There are big financial institutions as well, such as TD Canada Trust and Manila Financial. Besides several shopping malls, which includes West Edmonton Mall that we mentioned before, the local retail market has also seen creation of many successful store concepts, such as The Brick, Boston Pizza, Running Room, Shaw Communications, etc. In the recent years, the city has made tons of investments and upgrades, such as on sport teams, art gallery, and public transit. Overall, it's a vibrant city. Now let's look at housing market. Most people who move there with a plan to stay long would consider buying a home. So housing market probably is equally important as job market, if not more important. As you probably have noticed, Canadian housing market has been on fire since the start of pandemic and interest rates dropped to near zero. Edmonton is no exception. In March, all residential average prices are up to $391,000, a 13.4% increase from March 2020, and up 3.5% from February 2021. And single-family homes were sold for an average price of $458,000, 13.3% increase from March 2020. And condos were sold for an average price of $230,000, 4.6% increase from February 2021. And duplex prices increased about 11.1% from March 2020, selling at $348,000. My expectation is that when interest rates go up, the housing price will drop, but not by a lot. So if you're considering to buy, you should probably consider buying after 1 or 2 years from now. Now let's look at Parkland and Environment. As you probably already know, this city is far away from big mountains and sits along the river valley that constitute the longest stretch of connected urban parkland in North America. The river valley is about 22 times larger than New York City's Central Park. Imagine that. Edmonton's streets and parkland also contains one of the largest remaining concentrations of healthy American elm trees in the world, unaffected by Dutch elm disease, which has wiped out vast number of such trees in the eastern North America. So the city is beautiful, especially in summers. In terms of transportation, the city has all kinds of transportation, including railway, but not direct international flight. In 1960, city planners predicted that everyone would have a car because gas and car-related expenses are cheap, because the city is an oil city. So they build the city out, not up. So everything is spread out. Without a car, getting around the town is difficult. And because of the harsh winters, the roads struggle to hold up against snowfalls. And there are too many cracked roads full of potholes. This could be another disadvantage. Road is one of the many infrastructures that should be improved. Another disadvantage of the city is that violent crime rate has been higher than average for so many years. Overall, the place is great if you're looking for a place to live and raise a family and work, as long as you can bear the long cold winters. Definitely, it's not my ideal place to live, but it can be an option. And we will compare with other cities carefully before making our decision. I still think Calgary is better. Anyway, I hope you have learned something new and enjoyed watching this video. Please don't forget to destroy the like button below and smash the subscribe button if you haven't. As always, see you next time.